There's a little deer run here. You've got bigger fallow deer, and then you've got smaller muntjac pints as well. That comes from up there, through there, and off there. What an absolutely glorious day. I checked my phone last night and it was supposed to have been +9, no chance of a frost, and cloudy all day. Wake up this morning, brilliant sunshine and a wicked frost. Just wish I'd got up like an hour earlier. It's quite frustrating really, because I could have got some really good... because the mist, when I first got up it was all sort of misty and frosty. Which I've only filmed on one other video, which is frustrating. I changed the battery. Yeah, I've got no camps planned. Not going to do the bushcraft show this year. By the time I factored in taking days off, petrol driving all the way up there, the amount of spending money that I'll need to buy new toys, and then the increased ticket price, that's probably going to cost me 400 or 500 quid. And I could go on holiday to Spain for that with my wife. The camping was well over cramped last year, and you're basically paying 100 odd quid. I haven't looked at the actual prices. You're paying 100 odd quid just to be crammed into a campsite for a few days, and go shopping. Now the traders, they have to pay a very high price to be there, and then we've got to pay a very high price to get no real deals, because traders can't afford to give you deals because they're paying a lot to be there. It just seems a bit weird. But don't get me wrong, it's brilliant to get your hands on the kit. When you're shopping online, you know, even with axes, every single handle's different, and you just find the one, you pick it up and you go, yeah, I need this one. That's fair enough. But to actually see the gear and get hands on, yeah, that's kind of invaluable. But it doesn't really warrant spending over 100 quid. The thing that sort of got my noodle about it, well, not really, I don't really care, but is the ticket price has gone up about 20 odd quid. Now, to go and see Ray Mears, because Uncle Ray's going to be there, you are not going to get anywhere near the tent, because it's just going to be absolutely mobbed. But to see Ray Mears in a local village hall, you're talking, I think he was charging £22.50. Now, the ticket price has gone up 22 quid. There's going to be a lot more people there than there is in the village hall. So they're making bundles from just potentially catching a glance of Ray Mears and not being able to understand a word he says. Unless he's going to stand there all weekend signing signatures. You know, I don't really see having him there as an advantage. He's just pushed the ticket price up. But now they've pushed the ticket price up, it's going to stay up, and it'll be just as expensive next year. But I think it's just a way of dragging amateurs in. I wouldn't even say amateurs, just sort of new people who don't know any better. So I'm going to do my best to get down to the wilderness gathering, but that's just as far for me. But it's over a longer period, and it's cheaper, and a lot more laid back. So yeah, I'm just saying that's my personal reason for not going. Plus my wife's back is absolutely knackered. We had to leave early last year because someone barged into her while she was shopping, and it hurt her back because she suffers with that anyway. So we left a day early because of that, which was no big shame really, because I'd already been round the shops 20 odd times. You know, I'd already met everybody and said hello to everybody. You know, there's only so much you can do in sort of 3.5 days. So there you go. Well, let's mong out for a bit. I was talking to Jonesy Bushcraft, and he said, I said, is there anything you could think to put in a bushcraft sort of belt kit? Because I'm trying to think of just things to make, because my belt kit's pretty full up. And he said, oh, you need an ashtray for when you're out in the woods so you don't cause a fire. I thought that's actually quite a funny but good idea. Then he says, actually, I smoke a pipe. I could do with a pouch to put my pipe in. I was like, all right, yeah, that could be done. Then I said you could put it on a lanyard as well. Make like a little leather clasp or something, so you could have it like a dummy. So you could, but then it's trying to keep the thing level without all the tobacco falling out. I'm not a pipe smoker. No idea. Anyway, what I came up with was this. Now, if you watch Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably already seen the sort of design and build of this. So, bottom here, you've got a popper, and that's like a little space to store your lighter and your tobacco. Do the popper back up, and then there, you've got your pipe sitting in there all nice and snug, and that should fit on your belt like that. So there's your pipe sitting there, all preloaded. It's not going to tip about and empty out. You could even put it in there lit, it wouldn't make any difference. But it's just like a little leather hammock that it sits in. Like that. And the length of the pipe doesn't really matter because I've done a cutout at the back there so the pipe sticks through. Otherwise it's just gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger. It'd be nice to know what you think of that, guys. Then we've got a belt loop on the back. But it's when I first did it, I didn't think you'd be able to do the poppers up, but now, after the wet forming, now the leather's dried off, it's got a nice sort of stiffness to it. Huh. There you go. Right guys, as you may or may not know, my 700 sub draw comes to an end on the 19th of March, so you kind of got this weekend to get them filmed. I'll probably draw it the Sunday morning of the 20th. Other news. MTFU chat seems to be going quite well. Still trying to play with the format. We started off with Skype, but not enough people run Skype on their computers, and Skype won't work in a group conversation on your phone. So most people's access is through their phone, especially when you're at camp, obviously, because there are a few weirdos who go camping on a Tuesday night. So we've gone back to Google Hangouts, which seems to work okay, and you can have more people on there. It's just it's a bit more clunky and a little bit less quality. But since it's more the content of the chat, then it doesn't really matter what the sound quality is like, as long as it's audible. I think that will do. Anyway, if any of you want to get involved in the live chat and actually want to be on there, and if you go onto the MTFU Facebook group, stick a request in, you'll join the group, and then just go on there and say, my speciality is this, can I join the chat? And we'll get you on there and you can talk about your chosen subject. Stop. See, just with half an hour of having a coffee, no more frost.